Welcome to Living Golf Kenya, here with local pro here in Kenya, Mohit Mediratta. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
At your residence. Tell us a bit about yourself. I know you're a golfer now, pro, back in Kenya now, but tell us about your history in the travel.
Thank you. First of all, thank you for giving me this opportunity. It's much appreciated. So let's start from the beginning, I think.
Yes.
So born, brought up here.
Yes.
I started playing golf when I was 4 years old. My grandfather actually introduced me to golf, and he started me off at Limuru.
Yes.
We used to go out on Friday afternoons, play 9 holes, and he used to get me fish and chips afterwards, and that was my treat for 9 holes. And slowly but surely my passion for the game grew. I actually stopped playing golf when I was about 8 years old. I got more into school sport. I'm a sportsman at heart.
Yes.
I've also played cricket for the country.
Nice.
At under 15 level. So I stopped when I was 8 years old, and then I started again when I was about 10. I then joined Sigona after that and started to play golf a bit more competitively. Started playing more towards the end of primary school as well. Got into high school, and we had a good bunch of golfers in high school. I went to Peponi Primary and Peponi Secondary, and I was playing a lot of golf there. We even went as a school to play in South Africa in a schools tournament. We were competitive. We always had a good group of juniors growing up. I had very good juniors who were above me that inspired me to be a better golfer and the golfer that I am today. And golf in Kenya at that time was really booming.
Yes.
It was really booming. So at the age of 15, I made my debut for the country.
Yes.
We played in the All Africa Juniors in South Africa.
Nice.
At Glendower Golf Course.
Wow.
Which hosted the SA Open.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was my first international exposure.
Yes.
And I found it very beneficial. We played with guys from South Africa and Zimbabwe who are currently on the European Tour, currently on the Asian Tour, winners on the Sunshine Tour. So we were playing with the best of the best at that time. And then, I had to come back here and focus on my studies.
Yes.
When I did my O-levels here. And then I had that summer holiday, which was more of a breakthrough for me, and I'll never forget it. It was 2010, the summer from May to August, where I really found my footing as a golfer.
Yes.
I won several junior tournaments. I got selected to play in the Junior British Open in Scotland,
Yes.
which was probably the best thing that happened to me. Today I am able to play golf in rain and wind because of that experience. Probably the worst conditions I've ever played in. And then after that, we managed to, walk at the Open. We managed to follow some of the pros. Got to follow Tiger, Justin Rose, Sergio. I even met the eventual winner, Louis Oosthuizen.
Nice.
We came back, and the bulk of the junior tournaments began here towards the end of the summer holidays, and I ended up winning a few of those, which gave me a lot of confidence and actually gave me my first call up to the national team. And that was in 2010 October. We played in Rwanda.
Yes.
And East Africa Challenge, yeah, and that was fun because that was my first time actually competing with the best amateurs in Kenya.
Yes.
So it gave me a good test of my game, gave me a good indication of where I am, and this is where my life changed. We had a parent-teacher meeting in school, and I'll never forget this. And big shout out to my headmaster in Peponi for doing this. But he actually told my dad that in a parent-teacher meeting, he told him that A-levels is not for me, and I need to go somewhere where I can play golf and do studies at the same time.
Yes.
And my dad got thinking, and he said, all right, he's going to give me the opportunity, which, you know, I'm very grateful for. So that was 2010 October kind of, and 2011 January I decided to make the move across to South Africa. I went to Kinako Academy, where I did my last 2 years of high school at Glenwood High School. But in the afternoons, instead of playing school sport, we played golf. So I did that for 2 years. I was very lucky there that, you know, I got to represent the Southern Cape at under 16, under 19 and under 23 level in the different interprovincial tournaments. So that gave me a good platform as well, gave me a good idea. I really struggled with my game. There were a lot of changes that were going through. When I moved there, I was 16 years old and I was playing off one.
Wow. 16 playing off one.
Yeah.
And struggling with the game.
And struggling with the game, yeah.
Wow.
And, you know, while I was there, my current coach, mentor and owner of Bsi Golf, Mike Balderstone, was keeping tabs on me. And eventually, in about 3-4 months before I matriculated, he actually gave me an offer to join BSI. To do my PGA and still play golf at the highest level. And for me, it was a no-brainer.
Definitely.
Because I'm not somebody that can sit behind a desk and grind out hours. Put me in a golf course and I'll be here for 10 hours, but put me behind a desk and I can't sit for 2 hours.
Understand.
So I joined in January of 2013.
Yes.
And I joined there as actually a one handicapper.
Wow.
Yeah. And, you know, I definitely want to shout out to all my coaches, Pete, Mike, Dave, Carl. All of them played a huge part into the golfer that I am today. So I had a few coaches in my three-year program there. So when I joined them, there was always a college golf tournament. And it's always been my dream to play college golf, and I managed to fulfill that while I was there in my first year. So we finished runners-up in the stroke play, and we finished runners-up in the match play.
Wow.
So that was bittersweet, but we could have won that one. But you know, as time went on, I found my golf progressing, you know, in leaps and bounds. You know, the program that they run at Bsi Golf is just phenomenal. I mean, you get to study your PGA, you get to learn everything about golf, everything that's golf related you learn while you're there, but you still get to play golf at the highest level. And then what was nice was during our weeks, on a normal week, in our different year groups, we would have, on Wednesday mornings, we would play a match play among ourselves. And then on Friday mornings, the whole college would play like a Friday medal, 18-hole medal. And there was a running order of merit, which just carried on throughout the 3 years. And in my first year, I remember I finished 7th on the order of merit. And I lost out to probably my best friend for the Rookie of the Year. He picked me to that in the last round on the last tournament, and I still hold him to it. So, you know, after my first year, after some reflection, I found my game had just flipped 180. I was a whole different person, a whole different golfer. You know, I was a different competitor as well. Including that, also I forgot to state that I played golf for Kenya. We played in Namibia and in Botswana for junior team and national team as well. And then my second year was really good because I played almost a full amateur season. Started off with the SA stroke play, where I made the cut there, and that was like something really big for me.
Yes.
Because at that time, you know, we had golfers from England, Spain, Ireland, Scotland. All of them were playing the amateur events in South Africa because of winter back in the UK.
Yes.
So it was summer in South Africa, so they used to come down and play the amateur events there. So the level of competition was high, and you know, you were playing. I remember I shot 73 to make the cut.
Wow. 2 overgrows.
2 overgrows to make the cut at an amateur event.
Wow.
Yeah, and you know, that boosted my year.
Yeah.
That really boosted my year. I remember that year I shot my first 65, and that really propelled me. That 65 today, I can still remember it at the back of my head.
Yes.
And that 65 proved to me that, all right, I'm ready to do this professionally.
Okay.
So my second year passed, and I actually finished 5th on the college order of merit. And that was good. So my goal going into the 3rd year was now to win it.